In the heart of a forgotten forest lies Hollow Vale, a place cloaked in mist, mystery, and whispers of an ancient curse. Locals speak of the Witch of Hollow Vale, a spirit said to guard secrets too dark for the living. Tonight, we'll uncover her story, the truth behind the legends, the chilling encounters, and the eerie symbols left behind. Was she a healer, a monster, or something far more powerful? Join us as we step into the shadows of Hollow Vale, where every secret comes with a price. Welcome to the darkness, if you dare. The Witch of Hollow Vale. The whispering shadows of Hollow Vale. Deep in the mist-drenched valleys of northern Europe lies a forgotten place, a hollow wrapped in perpetual fog, where the trees twist like haunted sentinels and the air hums with an unnatural silence. Locals call it Hollow Vale, a name that evokes both mystery and dread. Few dare to wander there after dusk, for it is said that a spirit, neither fully alive nor entirely dead, roams beneath the weeping branches, the Witch of Hollow Vale. This legend, passed down through centuries of hushed whispers and campfire retellings, speaks not merely of a witch, but of vengeance, sorrow, and the thin boundary between myth and memory. Her story, though rooted in folklore, reveals profound truths about fear, superstition, and the eternal human longing to understand the unknown. Part 1. The Birth of the Legend. The origins of the Witch of Hollow Vale trace back to the late 14th century, a time when witch hunts began to tighten their grip across Europe. In a small, secluded village surrounded by the thick woods of Hollow Vale, lived a woman named Alara Voss. Alara was a herbalist, known for her healing tonics, salves, and her uncanny ability to read the language of nature. She lived alone in a cottage shrouded by mist, her only companions being ravens that often perched on her rooftop, and a black cat named Moro. Her remedies saved lives, yet her independence and knowledge stirred unease among the villagers. As seasons passed, Hollow Vale suffered strange afflictions, crops withered, infants fell ill, and a plague of nightmares tormented the townsfolk. Fear, as it always does, sought a scapegoat. The villagers' suspicions turned toward Alara, whose solitary nature and whispered incantations made her an easy target. Part 2. The Trial and the Curse. One autumn night, after a particularly harsh storm, a child vanished near Alara's home. The villagers, driven by hysteria, gathered torches and marched to her cottage. They found the missing boy at her doorstep, unharmed but unconscious. Rumors spread that Alara had stolen his soul. Without trial or proof, she was dragged into the village square and accused of witchcraft. The priest demanded a confession, but Alara remained silent, her gaze calm and unyielding. When they threatened her with fire, she finally spoke. "You call me witch because I see what you fear to understand. Burn me, and your shadows will never rest." Her words chilled them, but rage drowned reason. Bound to a wooden stake, she was burned before the village. As the flames consumed her, witnesses claimed a dark mist rose from her ashes and swallowed the moonlight. Her final scream echoed like the cry of 1,000 ravens. When dawn came, the fog that cloaked Hollow Vale never lifted again. Part 3. The haunting begins. Soon after Alara's death, the village began to unravel. Livestock died mysteriously, wells filled with black water, and those who had participated in the burning were found dead in their sleep, faces frozen in silent terror. Witnesses began reporting sightings of a pale woman draped in tattered veils, wandering through the fog. Her eyes glowed faintly like embers, and her voice whispered in the wind. Children said they heard her humming lullabies near the forest's edge. Hunters who ventured into Hollow Vale often vanished, their bodies discovered later, untouched, yet drained of all color. The survivors swore they heard her last words before darkness took them. The Vale remembers. The name Witch of Hollow Vale became both a curse and a warning. The village was eventually abandoned, swallowed by time and mist. But travelers, centuries later, continued to tell of strange lights flickering in the valley and ghostly whispers calling from beyond the trees. Part 4. The Symbolism Behind the Veil. While the legend reads as a tale of horror, its symbolism runs deep. The veil itself serves as a boundary between life and death, truth and illusion, fear and understanding. Alara's transformation into the Witch of Hollow Vale represents the eternal cycle of persecution and revenge, where humanity's fear of the unknown births the very monsters it dreads. The veil also reflects the limits of perception. In many esoteric traditions, the veil separates the material world from the spiritual. To lift the veil is to see the unseen, an act often associated with witchcraft, enlightenment, or madness. Thus, Hollow Vale becomes a metaphorical place where truth and nightmare coexist, and where those who seek forbidden knowledge must confront the darkness within themselves. The witch in this context is not merely a villain, but a mirror, reflecting society's hypocrisy, fear, and cruelty. Alara's story reveals how easily wisdom can be mistaken for evil, and how the suppression of knowledge breeds curses that echo for generations. Part 5. The folkloric threads across cultures. The Witch of Hollow Vale shares traits with numerous witch figures from global folklore, suggesting her legend may be part of a larger archetype. La Llorona, the Weeping Woman, of Latin American myth, wanders rivers, mourning her lost children, her cries bringing doom to those who hear them. Like Alara, she embodies grief twisted by guilt and vengeance. Baba Yaga, the Slavic crone who dwells deep in the forest, represents both wisdom and danger, a paradoxical guardian of ancient secrets. The Morrigan, the Celtic goddess of fate and death, often takes the form of a raven, a potent connection to Alara's familiar birds. Across these tales, the witch is rarely purely evil. She is the embodiment of power uncontained by societal norms, feared because she exists outside the boundaries of control. In this light, the Witch of Hollow Vale becomes an echo of the eternal feminine. Part 6. Modern interpretations. In contemporary storytelling, the Witch of Hollow Vale has re-emerged as a symbol of feminine resilience and mystic justice. Modern retellings depict her not as a malevolent spirit, but as a guardian of balance, a force that punishes greed, arrogance, and the desecration of nature. In these adaptations, the Hollow Vale is no longer merely a haunted valley, but a threshold between worlds, a place where lost souls seek redemption. The witch's whispers are interpreted as warnings rather than curses. She becomes a protector of the natural order, punishing those who exploit or destroy it. Authors, filmmakers, and digital creators have drawn on her myth to explore themes of ecological ruin, social exile, and the reclamation of ancient wisdom. In modern witchcraft and neo-pagan traditions, Alara Vos is even invoked as a symbol of the veiled path, the pursuit of hidden truth through intuition and connection with nature. Part 7. The legend lives on. According to recent folklore enthusiasts and paranormal investigators, Hollow Vale is believed to be located somewhere near the Scottish Highlands, though no official records confirm its existence. Local legends persist that on nights of the blood moon, a soft red glow seeps through the fog, and the scent of burning herbs fills the air. Visitors report hearing faint chanting, and some claim to have seen a woman's silhouette moving between the trees. No modern settlement has ever lasted near the area. Every attempt to rebuild has ended in abandonment or tragedy. Skeptics attribute these phenomena to psychological suggestion, the power of belief shaping perception. Yet for believers, the Hollow Vale remains sacred ground, a reminder that forgotten wrongs never truly vanish, and that some stories are written not on paper, but in the very mist that guards them. Part 8. The hidden meaning, a psychological and spiritual lens. On a psychological level, the Witch of Hollow Vale represents the shadow self, the part of human consciousness that contains suppressed fears, desires, and truths. The villagers' persecution of Alara mirrors how societies project their insecurities onto outsiders. By destroying what they feared, they manifested the very curse they sought to escape. Spiritually, the legend serves as an allegory of transformation through suffering. Fire, which destroyed Alara's body, also symbolizes purification and rebirth. In being burned, she transcended mortality, becoming one with the mist, the eternal, unseen force that binds life and death. Thus, the Witch of Hollow Vale is both tragedy and transcendence, a cautionary tale and a spiritual parable. Her presence in the fog reminds us that the past is never truly gone. It lingers, watching, waiting, whispering through the veil. Part 9. The Moral of the Legend. Every myth holds a moral beneath its fear. The Witch of Hollow Vale teaches 3 enduring lessons. Fear breeds monsters. The villagers' paranoia created the curse they feared. In turning against Alara, they transformed innocence into vengeance, proving that hatred manifests the very darkness it seeks to destroy. Knowledge is power and threat. Alara's understanding of nature made her powerful, but dangerous in the eyes of those who valued ignorance over wisdom. The story warns against the suppression of knowledge and the persecution of those who see beyond the veil of convention. The past never rests. Wrongdoing leaves echoes in time. The mist of Hollow Vale is symbolic of guilt that can never be fully cleared until justice or acknowledgement is achieved. Part 10. The Eternal Whisper. Even today, storytellers, dreamers, and wanderers who speak of Hollow Vale describe a peculiar sensation, as though the fog listens. Some claim that if one stands in the hollow at midnight and speaks Alara's name 3 times, the mist will ripple and a soft voice will answer. The veil remembers. Do you? This ritual, whether real or imagined, endures as a reminder that legends are not just stories but living entities, evolving through the fears, hopes, and imaginations of those who tell them. The Witch of Hollow Vale, once a figure of terror, now stands as a testament to forgotten truths and the resilience of the misunderstood. Conclusion. Through the veil of time. The Witch of Hollow Vale is more than a ghost story. She is a mirror reflecting humanity's oldest wounds. Her tale warns of the cost of ignorance, the danger of unchecked fear, and the haunting permanence of injustice. Yet beneath the tragedy lies beauty, the transformation of pain into myth and myth into meaning. In the endless dance between light and shadow, Alara Voss, the witch, the healer, the ghost, endures as both warning and guide. She reminds us that truth, like mist, cannot be burned or buried. It lingers, reshaping itself across centuries, waiting for those brave enough to step through the veil and listen. So when the fog rises thick and the night grows still, remember her name. For perhaps, in that quiet shiver of wind, you might hear her whisper, not in anger, but in remembrance. And that's the haunting tale of the Witch of Hollow Vale, a story where truth and terror intertwine. Whether she was a protector, a curse, or something beyond our understanding, one thing's certain: her shadow still lingers in the mist. If you felt the chill tonight, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more dark legends and forgotten folklore. Share your theories in the comments. Do you believe the witch still walks among us? Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and never wander alone into the woods after dark.